All right, we're back here at the Martinsville Speedway now. Star News, we always did a little bit different. We thought we wanted to light up Clay with the real LED lights here, and they say you look pretty good back in the studio. So good balance, don't you think, Brooks?
I think it looks great.
All right, man. How does it feel to be your first official interview under the LED lights?
Hey, this is cool. This is what we've been waiting for, to see the lights finally on. They look great. I don't know about the subject matter here, but the lights look pretty good, so we're excited about it.
Well, your flesh tones look good all over.
Well, that's good.
I mean, that's what matters.
That's a good thing. That's a
right.
good thing. Yeah.
I mean, just think about it, covering a night race, and it'll be better than the daytime as far as better color, better flesh tones, all that. I mean, it's just, something remarkable.
Yeah, these guys have done a great job because every light you see up there has a specific purpose. It has a part of this racetrack that it's responsible for lighting. Like you said earlier, the sun can't even do that.
Yeah.
So this is very specific, and like I said, these guys that putting these things up, they've done an outstanding job. We're really excited about it. I think just what you're seeing tonight, just the 4 light poles, I can't imagine what it's going to look like when the whole facility is turned on.
Right. I think of all the reasons you do this. Obviously, one is that we've seen the fall race sometimes in the dark. That's got to be. Can you tell me the more, like 5 reasons you do this?
I don't know about 5, but obviously it started when Jeff Gordon won a couple of years ago, and it was basically dark when we did Victory Lane with him. So, a man plunks down his hard-earned money when he comes to watch an event here, and he wants to see 500 laps. If we have one hiccup with weather, or we have a delay on the racetrack where we have to be down for a little bit, he's not going to see the whole thing. So this pretty much ensures that he'll see the whole 500 laps, and that pretty much started the discussion. Right after that, we actually started talking about it the very next week, the feasibility of putting in the lights, and then our guys went to work on seeing what was the best scenario, what was the best lighting system, and it's kind of weird that we're the oldest track on the circuit, but we've got the newest technology and lights, so it speaks well for Martinsville and where we're going down the road in the future.
All right, and then of course you can take a Valley Star 300 and start the heats in the daytime and have the main feature under lights. And
I tell you, the Valley Star Credit Union 300 is probably the most exciting late model stock. Well, I say probably, it is the most exciting late model stock car race in the country. It's the biggest, pays the biggest purse, the grandfather clock, the whole deal. And that race is exciting in the daytime. I can't imagine what it's going to be under the lights. So we're really don't want to pass our time away, but we can't wait till September to see that under the lights. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh yeah. Do you think more people will attend a night race?
I think so. There's so much talk about it now, so much anticipation, and like I said, that race is great in the daytime. I just can't imagine what it's going to be like at night. Those guys go crazy in the daytime, so I think all the hype, all the attention this race is going to receive, beyond what it's been receiving, it's going to be phenomenal.
Right. I heard Humpy Wheeler talk the other day about who's going to be the next Dale Earnhardt. Do you think the next Dale Earnhardt can be in that Valley Star 300?
They certainly can. I mean, it's a tough deal to make now, to make it to the Premier Series. It's hard. You got to be good. You got to bring the money and everything else. But to win the Valley Star 300, that puts a notch in your belt that very few people have, and it puts you above some. So right. I think obviously it would put you above others that haven't, and it would be neat to see somebody that came out of this race make it to the big leagues, and it's entirely possible.
I have to be honest, when you come to those heat races, and you're going to get a good wreck every heat race. I mean, because it takes y'all sometimes 5 to 10 minutes to clean up. I mean, it's that competitive, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, those guys, because you got to figure they're looking at $2,500 to win most places they run on a Saturday night. $25,000 is what they win here, minimum.
Yeah.
So that's huge. The prestige of winning Martinsville. I mean, just winning Martinsville alone, if you didn't pay anything, I think it would attract a big crowd. But everything combined, the money, the clock, the prestige, putting a notch in your belt, you've won the biggest late model stock car race in the country, and that could propel you to bigger things.
All right, Brooks got questions. Go ahead.
So, Friday you celebrated your grandfather getting into the Hall of Fame. Today, you turn on the lights. 70 years. You kind of kick it off with the past, and now you're showing towards the future. How appropriate is that?
I tell you what, it's been a whirlwind of a few days for me, and to recognize my grandfather for what he did to help NASCAR finally for what he did to help NASCAR get to the point that it has, to see lights up at Martinsville, It just shows that, you know, what he did mattered, and what we're doing here today matters going forward. And it's quite a proud moment for myself, for my family, and I think for Martinsville and Henry County, because it makes a statement that we're here.
When you first saw lights come on for the first time, what was your initial reaction? How did you feel?
It was, I think, to see them come on for the first time is kind of emotional. To see all the hard work, and we've talked about it for a long time on putting lights up here at Martinsville, and to finally see it happen, even though it's just a few lights on the backstretch. I think it was a special moment, and like I say, the past few days have been quite special anyway. And what a great way to kick off our 70th anniversary. I mean, everything has just come together for a super kickoff to our 70th.
Shifting gears a little bit, the lights are obviously a big change. NASCAR just went through some big changes too with some new rules. How do you feel that that's going to play out here at Martinsville?
I applaud NASCAR for the changes they made and the 3 stages of an event now. I think they listened and they did what the fans have been wanting. Fans want something different. They want excitement. They want that build up, and they want to see racing from the time the green flag drops until the checkered flag drops. You're going to see that now. Stage 1, you get points for winning the stage that carry over to the playoffs. If you finish 11th in those stages, you don't get any points. So it makes the guys race from the very beginning to the very end. So to that point, every lap matters, every race matters, and the whole deal is the fans matter, and they're going to like it. It's great.
How about what would your grandfather think of these lights?
He would be very very pleased. Probably really surprised at how well his baby is lit up. But it'd be a special moment for him too.
Oh yeah. And I think what he brings to this track is the neatness, the cleanliness. Because and that's what he instilled in you.
Yeah, he made it perfectly clear that the reason we're here are the fans. And he always said if a man plunks down $1, you need to give him $1.25 in return for what he put down.
Right.
And he was a real stickler on making the place clean.
Right.
And like I said the other night at the awards banquet, he did things back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. They were not the norm. And he always said, why can't you make a racetrack beautiful? And that's what he strived for. The only one that had boxwood and azaleas around the outside of the turns.
Yeah.
Had that for years. The lake outside turn 4. On and on and on. And attended restrooms. That was just unheard of. So he was a visionary, and he wanted things right. And I remember back in 75 or 76 or 77, they referred to him as the Walt Disney of motorsports. And that was a high honor.
Right.
I mean, that was just kind of what how they viewed him, and that's what he meant to this track. He wanted it to be the best it possibly could be. He wanted a man and his wife and kids to come, not worry about any trouble or anything like that. And families have always been important to Martinsville Speedway.
It's finally so good to see us getting our place, don't you think? In the history books.
Yeah, and that was quite an honor.
Right. Awesome. All right, man. I've got the first interview with Clay Campbell under the LED lights. The competition didn't do it.
There you go.
But anyway, I'm excited.
Thank you, Charles.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. All right, folks. We're wrapping it up here from the Speedway. I want to thank everybody. What an exciting event this has been. And I got so excited my camera flipped over, but it's still working because it's under the lights. Folks, we'll see you later on. Charles Rourke reporting live from the Martinsville Speedway. And when will the next lighting event be?
We don't know yet. You have to stay tuned, Charles.
Stay tuned. Can you tell me they're telling me to stay tuned?
That's what. Isn't that what you tell everybody?
We tell everybody every day, every night. So we'll have to be sneaking out here and check things out. But there you see Clay Campbell speaking with another reporter out here. We'll be right back, folks.